Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to Eyes to See Tarot and your general freestyle for the upcoming weeks ahead. This is a general reading and not necessarily centered around love and relationships, but if it comes up in the spread, I'll be sure to let you know. This is a self-progressive channel, so I don't like to put blame on anybody but you. If you're in for that kind of masochism, welcome. Your current energies seem to be a little bit, say unempathetic. Like it's an I don't feel sorry for you kind of feel. You don't. I'm going to get what I get. I'm going to get what I want. I'm going to get what I need. And I'm not worried about anybody else around me. I'd say it's arrogance, but it's not. It's It sprouts from being defensive, though. So you could find yourself, in what you feel to be like a very large area of a lot of people that are like thwarting you or like minor inconveniencing or just giving you off the wrong energy, for God's sake. Like, I almost had everything together, but then I go talk on the phone with you for 20 minutes and like I am tripping on my own feet. It's a bad. I don't want to get mixed up with anybody. So thereby I'm not going to like really over concern myself with people around me. Not. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups. Right, just kind of confirming what I just said. Like, it's almost like it's my time to shine, but it's so defensive that I don't see a lot of shining going on. I see it's a survival kind of. Like, the only way to really get any peace is to like really just distance myself, don't go the distance, don't follow through, don't do. I seem to be able to bypass a lot of animosity and arguing and bickering and just general problems, right? And with the Two of Wands in reverse, it's like this, it's just your resting point. It's like you've made up your mind pretty much that this is the direction that you're going. Let's see what that kind of energy kind of draws into our life. Let's see what that kind of head space has for us. Now I can see what energies are coming regardless of your head space, but it's always kind of your head space that influences what is served next. Let's shuffle. You want to shuffle? It almost seems like that energy is really not going anywhere. So walk away now if you would. But, it's going to be there next time you go. And until you find that little button that shuts it off. Until you find whatever that beast is feeding on. It's gonna be there right at your door. So I see change perspective. With the Lover's card and the Hangman right there, the energy's coming for you is like they're a little bit more on a level with you. They are guiding, supportive, encouraging, available and able to look at things from a different perspective. Say, I might not like country music, but if I like you, I'll be able to sit down and listen to it and kind of probably even start to appreciate it a little bit, because now it reminds me of you. They're going to be a little bit more open and honest, but I think first you have to get there. So whatever you're going through right now is probably more self-perpetuating or perpetuated than it is something that the universe is literally trying to dish up and deliver to you. All right. Let's see a little bit more on this energy. Can I see a little bit more on this energy? Boy, that flipped from day to night, didn't it? Night to day? Yeah, it did. But I do have... okay, right. You are kind of pushing it away. You're kind of keeping it at bay at this time. You're the one that's stopping this energy from coming into you. So, you know, if you do indeed want to isolate a little bit or just stay away from people, because, you know, I don't want to be around people that promote these kind of feelings and emotions, make me act in a certain way. Like I have to act this way to protect myself, or I have to act this way, you know, to get on a level with you. I'm going to tend to probably be around you just a little bit less, because I don't like to be around people that bring out the worst in me. I want to be around people that bring out the best in me. So if you do have to isolate yourself a little bit during this month, go ahead and do that. But just understand that it's not the outside world around you. You're just pulling yourself off the playing field so you can address your injury. You can address why you're unable to play at your optimal, right? I do see the Four of Wands and the Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah. So it's within yourself that you need to pull out these little bitty quirks, these little, because you got the King of Wands right now in reverse in your current energies. What it's saying is that this new energy that could be coming in, you know, like I'm capable of looking at things from any perspective. So I'm going to accept you for whoever you are, because whoever you are, if I'm bilingual and I can speak that language, then I can translate it to my language and it will make sense, right? Just a little bit more open-minded, a little bit more unconditional love. But like I said, first you have to get out of this headspace, the one where you're retracting from the world around you, the one where you're unable to do anything but add this selfish, self-centered kind of manipulating kind of, I don't care about anybody else. I don't care how it makes you feel. I don't care how my actions make you feel. And I think you know what that is. I think if you just give yourself a little second to sit there in the quiet, I think that you'll be able to see exactly what it is that you're doing that pushes the universe's buttons in such a way that they feel compelled to deliver this big hot pile of steaming shit to your door every meal. I don't want to eat it for every meal. I'm just not going to eat. Well, until you change the recipe, Gemini, it's going to be continuing. It's going to be perpetuating what the world serves you. So let's go ahead and dive right in and see what that is. Like I said, the universe is saying that you pretty much already know what it is. It's a possibility that that aspect of yourself kind of even pisses you off sometimes. It definitely pisses you off when other people do it to you. But like I said, with the Empress right here, I mean, with the High Priestess right here, it's telling me that innately, like deep inside, you know. It's like, it's not even like, well, the High Priestess is hidden knowledge, but it's not like it's necessarily hidden from you. Right there written on the book you're holding. Can I see a little bit more about my Gemini, please? Can I see a little bit more about my Gemini, please? Can you open the door for me, please, Spirit? What were you? Some of you, it could be surrounding money or material things. Like, I don't want her to use my sweater because she always nicks it, you know? It always comes back with little pill balls all over it. I'm not going to lend her my sweater, right? I'm not going to lend her $5 because she never really pays me back. Yeah. The World card. I do see a perpetuating cycle. I said perpetuating earlier. I do see a perpetuating cycle. I do see an unending kind of tie that keeps bringing you back to this mental state, right? And it's not necessarily all yours, is kind of what I'm getting. It could be somebody that you're thinking of, somebody that you were close to in the past, somebody that has kind of made that soul tie with you, right? And now in any position or situation, you act as that person would have, in that unsavory manner, in that way, shape, or form. You've kind of taken them on. With the World card in reverse, it shows me that it's an incomplete cycle, something that you keep bringing. Like you're trying to haul a barge through a little bitty door. You can pass through that door, but that barge just keeps making the loudest racket every time it hits those big metal doors, as you're trying to tow it through. It's not going to work. And in fact, you're not going anywhere until you cut that cord, until you cut that line, until you sever yourself from that old stagnant energy. I'm not saying it's not useful, because the analogy was a barge. What can you fit on a barge? How many things can you fit on a barge, bruh? It's probably so much that you would have to release yourself from at this time to be able to call it a day. The Ten of Cups. I think that you could also be romanticizing this past relationship. I think you could be romanticizing in a specific way that, it could have been so great, based on promise or possibilities or potential, that, you keep drawing yourself back to this place or this person because it could have been so good. But if you actually take a genuine look at it, I think that you'll see that there's not really a possibility. If they would have, if they would have, if they would have, if I would have. No, y'all were y'all authentic selves. Y'all were playing at the best level that y'all could play. And the reason why it went down that way is because you're supposed to flip your perspective. See, if you get good at flipping that perspective and seeing things from another point of view, then this perpetuating energy of unconditional love will start to manifest in your life. And I think that's what you kind of want, right, Gemini? Okay, so how we get to unconditional love and being able to see things from different points of views is that we don't expect things from people. We don't. We get to know people for the sole purpose of getting to know them, who they are, not for what I can do. Oh, you know how that sweater would look good? Is if I'd ball it up and tie it right there. Or if I'd hang it off of one shoulder. People aren't that. That's not what people are. That's not what people are. People are different. People aren't items or objects to convenience our lives, right? And not everybody is cut out for a relationship. And if they are cut out for a relationship, I guarantee you they're cut out for their specific relationship, and everybody else is just the learning curve. So once you look back and see that person for what they are, instead of what they could have been to you or what you guys could have been together, then you're going to constantly, it's going to be a conditional love, right? It would have worked out so good. Yeah, if you would have been able to let go and let them be human and understand that they were just giving you, I'm giving you my full resume. We're dating, right? Or we're together. I'm giving you my full resume. I'm being as vulnerable as I possibly can. You get to see every side from your perspective. You get to see every side of me. That's vulnerable. I'm being vulnerable because I'm letting you assess me. Because I want you to know me next time we pass in Walmart, me with my fiance, but you genuinely still harbor that love that we had because you love me as a human being, not for what I could have been to you or what I can be in your life. There's that Five of Cups. I was kind of trying to bring it up, but then I realized that it came up in my reading, my pre-reading. That Five of Cups, there is loss, there is regret. I think that you need to start addressing that first, right? Because the loss and the regret in the Five of Cups is what could have been. Now I'm taking blame off of him or her or them. I'm taking blame off of us. And just understanding that, yes, I might have been bamboozled a little bit because, you know, if that were mine, then this is what I would have done. But I guarantee you, when you do come across what is genuinely, honestly yours, when you are ready for it, it's going to be better than that. It's going to be better than that. All right, Gemini. I want to look into the past a little bit, because for some odd reason with this World card in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Five of Cups, understanding what it is that you're trying to pull through this little door, you know, that has you outwardly aggravated at everybody and everything around you, making you kind of want to withdraw, or not necessarily withdraw, but make you kind of lash out or be unempathetic when the time comes to be around people. So we kind of figured out what it is. Okay, there's that High Priestess again, the King of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Okay, so this leads me to believe that they're probably, y'all weren't equally yoked. Yes, y'all were equally awesome, but y'all were not equally yoked. Okay. Okay, so the High Priestess. The High Priestess is in kind of a way higher than the Emperor and Empress, and those are major arcana. But the Hierophant and the High Priestess, they're like teachers. Like they have knowledge, right? So, but with the King of Cups being like 2 steps down from the High Priestess in this home atmosphere, right? In this home atmosphere, I'm seeing that if you just look at it for what it is, I mean, you could say all day that I was equally yoked with this person. But you can't lie to the universe. You can't lie to the world around you. You cannot lie to energy. Y'all were not. Y'all might have been equally yoked in the physical form. You might have been equally yoked in the 3D. You might have been equally yoked in the 4th dimension. But when you start to crawl up to the 5th, 6th, and 7th, I don't see that y'all were. Now that came up like this, but I'm not real sure. I'm going to throw it back in the deck because, like I said, you know, I'll just be placing the damn thing where, however, all willy-nilly. I really should have rinsed that cup better. Tastes like soap or cilantro. I think if you take time to actually look at it honestly, not for what it could have been to me or not what its potential was, but look at it as it actually was. If you were giving this gift to your child or your mother for Mother's Day, would you have I mean, did you think that it would have been the best for them? So, but then why were you settling? Or vice versa, man, it could be that you were the King of Cups and they were the High Priestess and they were well above your caliber. That's why it looked so good. That's why the potential was, but you would have been dumbing them down. Take it however it resonates. I'm just reading the cards. I do see a healing area once you start to actually more or less analyze and address all the little details. Analyze, address all the little details of what it is, or what the relationship was, or what it was good for, or how it made you feel, right? Or what you missed out on. Sacrificing for the sake of the relationship. You know, what parts of yourself did you stifle in order to convenience the relationship? There's all kind of sorts of things that I could throw in the mix to help you understand, like a true analyzation, a true realization of what it was and what it was meant to be. But whatever it is, I don't think that you'll be able to cut the cord on it and move to this new aspect, whatever was meant for you. There's a way that you can look at this and be grateful for it for what it was, and then be able to move past it without the pain, but with gratitude and excitement for whatever's coming next, right? Yay! I just finished that 5K marathon. I just finished the 5K marathon. Yay! Now I get to start training for the 10K. You know, that feeling when you cross the finish line, that is more or less, I think, the feeling that you should or could be feeling from this, whatever it is. Let that ribbon break. Don't let it keep pushing you back like a trampoline. You're trying to get over the finish line. Cut that cord. I think it's time, Gemini. Start to heal from it. Like I said, start to have gratitude for all the minutes and stuff that you did spend with this person, or in this situation, or at this job. What did it teach you? What did you learn from it? How did you grow? What were your weak points? What hurt? You know, where can you add reinforcement to yourself? Give yourself the unconditional love that you tried to give this person. Look at it from a different perspective. Allow yourself to look at it from, and if you have trouble doing this exercise, just understand that, you know, pretend to be your mother and look at it from her perspective. You know, pretend to be your best friend and look at it from their perspective. Then pretend to be an angel and try to look at it from their perspective. Sooner or later, you're going to get very, very good at looking at it from multiple perspectives before situations happen. All right, let's just get 3 cards to close. If this deck will work with me. We get 3 cards to close Gemini's reading, please. I have the 6 of Wands in reverse. I have Death in reverse, and I have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, Gemini. So I'm not, as a person, as a reader, as your friend, I'm not necessarily looking at this as something that I expect you to get through in October. Or, because with Death in reverse, it's going to keep like your fixated sense of the way that you use your mind, the way that you use your brain, the way that you look at things. It's going to continue to keep you from moving on from the situation. It's going to kind of keep you unable to transform, unable to use the heartbreak and the hurt as a way to transform. It's going to keep you stuck with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse right here, right? are in a series of very bad luck or aggravation. Or this is aggravating. Why are they playing that song again? Why is that car stopped at this red light? Why are they out of cream cheese and dairy? You know? Because for some of you, I think that it's a little bit more like out of your realm of comfort. I think it's a little bit more out of your known self, how you know yourself and how you're known to other people. Like I've created this persona for myself, and I feel like if I start to step out of that, then I'm not who I said I was, or it's not who I think I am, or it's not all the memes that I find very intriguing or funny. That's not what that is. But allow yourself, because it's keeping you stuck. Keeping myself stuck to an old sense of self is keeping me from transforming and keeping me in this perpetuating cycle of aggravation or agitation or treating people poorly, because they really, if I let them get too close, then they will destroy me or they will inconvenience me. But like I said, on the other end of that healing, if you do, the cards say that there's not a lot of hope. I like to prove people wrong, but you know, or maybe it's just not necessarily in the cards at this time. But on the other end of that transformation, on the other end of that finish line, on the other end of that healing, there is unconditional love waiting for you. It's all in how you seize it too, because there's possible that it's not one person that can hold this energy, but the world around you is very, very capable of it. So, I mean, take it how it is. And until next time, Gemini, thanks for stopping at Eyes to See Tarot. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell if you want to be informed next time I upload. See you again real soon.